Hi, everybody, Rotarians and guests. It is so great to see you all today. All those of you on Zoom, I count 17 at current count, as well as all of us here in the Georgian room. It's a special day. Yay. You may be surprised to see me still up here, but that's the way it works. That will change next week. Okay. So welcome to the first ever Bloomington hybrid presidential transition. It's great to see all of you on Zoom as well as everybody here in the Frangipani. I mean, the Georgian, wherever it is we are. Feels like the Frangipani. So in 2021, when Aaron Davis ended his year and Ashley Wesley began hers, we were meeting only on Zoom. Remember back to those days? Ditto last year, when Ashley ended her all virtual year and welcomed me as president. So now we've entered the hybrid phase of our club. Life is beginning to get back to normal. And one normal thing is that every year, Americans celebrate our country's independence from Great Britain on July the 4th. So as is our new custom, we'll honor America's flag on those weekly meetings near national holidays that honor our country and our veterans. So please join me as we pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all, and you may be seated. Today, we're so excited to welcome back a special person to our club, Liz Irwin. Liz, yay! Thank you for being here. It's great to see you as a returning member, and Liz has a new position with Duke Energy, so yay. And you might be wondering why it took 12 people over there to replace Natalie. Where is Natalie Blaze? Well, she's on Zoom, I think. There she is. Hi, Natalie. So Natalie couldn't be here today because her husband has COVID and they're still ending their quarantine. So yes, thanks to our team of Ashley Wesley, Kyla Cox-Steckard, and Jim Bride, and everybody else who came in early to pitch in. It does take at least a dozen people to replace Natalie. A couple of recent casualties in our club. I was shocked and honored to see Charlotte Zitlow here today because Charlotte, you broke your elbow over the weekend. But here she is. And Ruth Boschkoff, unfortunately, also broke something. She broke a bone in her foot. So Ruth is not here today. She may in fact still be in the hospital getting a diagnosis, but wanted you to know about those two things that are coming up. One other, I don't think he'll mind me sharing, is that Aaron Brewington would be here, but he's got COVID. So, you know, we're trying to get back to normal, but yeah, we're not quite there yet. It's my pleasure to introduce a number of guests today. First of all, we have several guests of Lamb Barker. And when I read your name, please stand and give a wave. First, we have James Wolfe and Amy Wolfe. So James was a member of the Faribault, Minnesota Club for 20 years, a past president, and is, of course, a Paul Harris Fellow. So welcome to Bloomington. We hope to see you again at a Rotary meeting, both of you. We also have Ryan Purak. Ryan, you keep getting promoted. I think you're a vice president now of Indiana University. And finally, we have Liz Rosdeicher and Gabrielle Barker, a Lance family. Jim Bright has a guest, Dr. Whitney Cordoba of Bogota, Colombia. Welcome, Whitney. Oh, okay. But you're from Cali. I did not know that. Thank you for letting us know. Whitney is a PhD candidate at the IU School of Public Health. She's already a physician, so way to go adding on your education. Joy, do we have any guests on Zoom today?
Yes, we do, Sally. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm very happy to welcome our 2021-22 Global Grant Scholar, Cameron Davidson, he's joining us by phone, so we get to gaze at his lovely picture since he can't figure out, I guess he's having some computer troubles. But Cameron lives in Salem, but he's currently tutoring students in Spain via Zoom, by teaching English by Zoom, which is really kind of cool. So we're glad you're joining us, Cameron. Thank you. And we also have, I believe, our guests, Shelley Taylor and Joni Spain, joining us on Zoom. So hi, and welcome to all our guests, and yay for a special day.
So great to see both Shelley and Joni, who are colleagues and friends of Alam. So thank you all for being here. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? Nobody brought me, that's because Natalie isn't here. Nobody brought me the guest sign-in sheet. And so how could I possibly overlook Doris Sims, who is sitting right next to Jim? Did I miss anyone else? Oh no, you thought we were done with the guests. Nope. Oh, of course, Vivian Bridges. Well, Vivian, you're a friend, so hardly seems like you're a visitor. To all of you, thank you for being here. You know, Rotary is a noble institution. We're great at networking. We do good work in the community and throughout the world, and we have fun. So please consider joining us in the future. So with that, Chung, could you please start my slides? I'm going to take just a few minutes to do a year-end review, and I have to be out of here by 12:30, otherwise our schedule is off, so you might have to yank me out. So we're saying goodbye to our international motto, serve to change lives, which was adopted by our outgoing leader, Sheikh Ahmeda of India. As he says, caring for and serving others is the best way to live because it changes not only other people's lives, but also our own. So we did transition this year from Zoom only into in-person meetings plus Zoom, the new hybrid approach to our weekly meetings. I'm really proud of our technology team and I'm grateful to them. You can now attend a Bloomington Rotary meeting from anywhere in the world. Raj Hadawi, we got ya. This shows all the speakers we had for programs last year from July 1st through December 31st. Just an amazing group of speakers, and hopefully you'll see some of your favorites on the screen. Here are the second half of the year. One I see at the top is Rebecca Spang, third over. She received a Guggenheim after she spoke to us. I'm sure there was no direct correlation. Terrific speakers, thank you all. So we started gathering in person. We started last summer with a summer fling. We also held a new member orientation, and we celebrated the first holiday party in person since 2019. Rotarians from around our district, which is all of Southern Indiana, gathered in Bloomington for 3 events: the Rotary Foundation, a district conference, which was a really big deal, and most recently, our district governor changeover. And Lance, so great to see you today. We did not shirk from community service. Our team worked at Hoosier Hills Food Bank. We did an Adopt a Road cleanup. That's Pete Ellis Drive. We had ice cream afterwards. We, of course, were vigilant workers with Teachers Warehouse, both from board leadership to hands-on work at the warehouse, at the supply drive. And then finally, we have adopted a major new project, which is the Exodus Refugee program, where we will be adopting a refugee family. We have yet to be assigned, but we are ready. Our district grant this last year provided $4,600 to Lotus for its World Bazaar at Fairview Elementary School. All Title I, fourth graders in the MCCSC, and many other families got to participate. Who can forget the Rotary Toast, which honored, of course, our own Charlotte Sitlow. Habitat for Humanity received $20,000, and our club received $6,500 for community service projects. It was the first time we were all out last fall. It was just an amazing event that I will never forget. We helped young people. We gave 4 scholarships to 4 outstanding graduating high school seniors. We gave 3 scholarships to Ivy Tech students, and we had a terrific both local and district 4-way test winner in our own Alan Martindale. We gained a dozen new members. I'm not going to read everybody's name, but we're really glad that you're here. We created a book club. We've read 4 books in the Rotary Book Club. They're all somehow related to Indiana. Now, one of them is by a famous Indiana author. That would be Kurt Vonnegut. But we gathered first on Zoom and then more recently in a hybrid approach. And it's been a really great experience for all of us. And you're all welcome. Next week, in fact, we're discussing this last book, Canary in the Coal Mine. We created better friendships, as Rotarians do. In May, we welcomed distinguished Rotarians from Palo Alto to Bloomington as part of our Sibling City program. Okay, this is my hold slide, because now I get to award a few things. That's what outgoing presidents get to do. And thank you, Mike Baker, for being my helper. How did you know this is when I needed you? I need you on that side. Okay. So, first of all, our big award, there she is, over there, Kyla Cox-Deckard. Kyla, you're the kind of leader with whom it's such a pleasure to serve. You've been the treasurer of our club for the last 3 years, leading us through lots of financial change during the pandemic, and you will continue to serve on the board. This is a total shock and surprise, I hope, to Kyla. When I ran into some big issues regarding COVID protocols this year, you were the person who knew what to do. I was really grateful for that. It was a sometimes challenging year for me, but your support was quiet and steady and sound. Thank you so much for your service above self to Bloomington Rotary. I'm glad it was a surprise.
I can't fill Natalie's shoes, but I'm thrilled that you thought I did a good job with it.
And of course, she's there filling in Natalie's shoes today. Okay. Now, I have, and I'm going to try to do this really quickly so that we end on time, but I have a bunch of special recognitions. Rather than give like 3 or 4 big awards, I wanted to focus the big award on Kyla, but to recognize so many people in this room and on Zoom who have served to make our club a going concern. So first of all, a big shout out. Oh, before I get to what the first awards. It's a soft, scratch-free microfiber cloth for your screens and spectacles. And there's one in every little bag. Okay, so when I read your name, if you're here, please do come forward. Now, if I read your name more than once, which I very well may do if you're a certain special person, I'm sorry, you only get one cloth. But first, I want to thank Owen Johnson and Aaron Davis, who've been responsible for sharing the news about our club on Facebook all year, important parts of our communications team. Second, Judy Schroeder, who edited every single edition of the Roundabout this year. That's about 49 newsletters. Okay. Judy, you deserve all of these, but you're only getting one. Jim Bright, also on our communications team, sends out the weekly reminder to all of our members. This is not the only way that Jim supports Rotary, but I wanted to acknowledge it because it's just something that he does. Next, our super technology team, which I've referenced already. At the top of that list is Alam Barker, who really created this hybrid environment that we're working in. And his chief technology go-to guy, who was up here so many weeks, who's now on vacation, Michael Shermis. And of course, Joy Harder, who's been there on Zoom every week. Thank you, Joy. Now, I learned that the Palo Alto University Rotary Club, which is about the size of our club, has an entire committee of people who make up a committee that cares. They send handwritten cards and notes. And whenever someone is ill or has lost a loved one or needs cheering up, we have one person, and that is Martha Wales. Martha, thank you for being our committee. The program committee, week in and week out, Michael Shermis and Connie Shakalis, and everybody really who's on the program committee. Kate Cruikshank, who knew that we needed an archivist? Well, we're a 104-year-old club, and we've got some really interesting historical documents. But if it wasn't for Kate Cruikshank, we probably wouldn't be taking the step of preserving them as we need to be doing. So thank you, Kate, for giving your expertise. Sarah Laughlin has been our community service chair all year. You know, Sarah's a past president. She doesn't really have to be active in Rotary, but she chooses to be so. I'm ever so grateful to her. She's right now driving to Brooklyn, New York with her son. That's why she's not here. Dave Meyer, who of course stepped to the plate and became our greeter today when he knew we needed one. Dave is over here. Dave, thank you for your leadership as our membership chair. Much appreciated. Amy Osajima, who's on Zoom today, I believe, stepped up mid-year to chair our important scholarships committee. Yay, thank you so much. Tim Jessen, we needed someone to step up and moderate the four-way speech contest. So the four-way test speech contest, and Tim, if it wasn't for you, Alan Martindale would not have met his fame. Thank you so much for shepherding that. Our Rotary Foundation chair for this year has been Peggy Frisbee. Great job, Peggy. We introduced quite a few new Paul Harris Fellows. There are two people I want to thank for creating the language for our diversity, equity, and inclusion mission and vision statements, and those are Raj Hadawi and John Diltz. I think they're both on Zoom. Our outgoing Bloomington Rotary Foundation chair is Sarah Laughlin, and our incoming Bloomington Rotary Foundation chair is Lauren Snyder, who also gave me the idea for the book club and let me run with it. Judy Witt, I want to thank you because you've been such an important part of our club, and your words of encouragement throughout the year really made a difference, made an impact. Thank you. Our board members, oh my gosh. Ashley Wesley, immediate past president. Ashley headed up our nominating committee and our bylaws revision. Big work, thank you. Ron Barnes, is Ron here today? No, okay, Ron must be on vacation too. He really stepped up by serving as our now president-elect. Bryce Bowe, Jim Sims, and Marilyn Wood, an outgoing member of the board, along with people I've previously named, Amy Osajima, Connie Shakalis, Alan Barker, Michael Shermis, Dave Meyer, and Kyla Cox-Deckard. Thank you all for your service on the board. I'm giving an Emerging Leader Award this year because I can, and that's going to Erin Brewington. And Aaron, I want to thank you for jumping in feet first to Rotary. Finally, and this is the last category, I didn't have a kitchen cabinet per se, but I do want to thank a few individuals for really advising me in important ways along the way. Glenda Murray, thank you. Jim Bright, Sarah Laughlin, Alam Barker, Michael Shermis, Kyla Cox-Deckard, and last but definitely not least, even though her name does begin with a Z, Charlotte Zitlow. Oh, I almost made my time. So that's it from me. Thank you all so much. And Alan, would you please come to the podium? Because you and I get to exchange pins, because what's a Rotary meeting without a pin exchange? I'm very happy. Mine says past president. Later's fine. Okay, good. And I'm so grateful to Alan for becoming our new president. It's always great to leave an organization in good hands, and I know that these are terrific hands. Thank you. Thank you all. The year went fast.
Hello, everybody. In the interest of time, I'm going to zip through a few things. I had way more to discuss today than I probably have time for, because this is my first time round delivering information to all of you, so I'll probably be over-prepared. So, but I would love to be able to welcome Mduduzi Dube once again from Matabele land, from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. And Luyando Muchiba from Zambia, I believe that, and they've both arrived, yes. And they're both part of the Mandela Washington group that is spending time here in Bloomington. So I am going to quickly thank Sally once again with a few gifts. We want to quickly zip through this as well. Of course, you cannot be president without being thanked with gifts and showered with gifts. So Ashley, if you want to come up to the podium, that would be great. We have something we'd like to share with you, and I'm going to get my things as well.
Come up here. Oh my. I thought it was done. Oh no. My gosh. So we have a commemorative trivet for you.
It's heavy here, so that people can see you.
Okay. Hi, everyone on Zoom. We have a commemorative trivet for you that has your name on it. So every time you put a hot pan on it, you'll think of us. We're supporting you and carrying you through, and thank you for doing that for us. It was an amazing year, and we're just very, very thankful for your presidency and all your support.
Aw.
And because you're such a fashionista, I thought you needed a second item in this beautiful silk scarf for you to
I
wear
love it.
with a subtle Rotary emblem, just for you.
It's my first Rotary scarf. Thank you.
I'm so glad we could provide that for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetie. That's it, I hope. Oh, for crying out loud.
Please, we have a lot more for you.
Oh, for Kevin.
So there were so many people wanting to give Sally gifts
Oh,
that
for
we
heaven's
all
sake.
just came up with ideas, which means that we all have to stand up here and give them to her. So this is a gavel for Sally Gaskell,
Oh my
and it
gosh.
reads Sally Gaskell, Bloomington Rotary Club President 2021 to 2022.
Aw.
For you to remember the year. And then we also have, and we know that you're a fan of some baseball team in Kansas City, I believe, somewhere there.
Sadly.
So we have a gift for you. We actually have 2 gifts in this bag, which we'd love for you to open up. And as she opens up, you know, oh, I see some of you are already doing it. So let's all wear caps in honor of Sally and her love for the Kansas City Royals team. There we go. And there's something else in the bag for you as well.
Oh my God. There's a ball. Is it signed by my Rotary
And there's
team?
there's a ball signed by all of us as well.
Oh, my God.
Your team. So you hit the ball out of the park, shall I say? So congratulations. Okay, so on with the words. As I mentioned, I've got a lot to say, and I'm going to jump over a video that I was going to show you all, but I'm going to be putting it up on YouTube this afternoon, and then probably share it next week. But I just want to start by thanking all of these extraordinary people who've come before me. Erin Davis, I want to thank you for nominating me to begin with to the club, and perhaps I can thank you after the next 363 days. Thank you, Sally, for holding off the 3 days between July 1st and now. Also, the past presidents of this club who've been just absolutely phenomenal. And as I go through their names, I'm just amazed at what they've done and how much leadership they provided to all of us and what an impact they've had on our community. So just a few of them who were at dinner with me the other night: Sally Gaskell, Ashley Wesley. Aaron Davis wasn't able to join us, but he certainly is a very present part of my life. Sarah Laughlin, Lawrence Snyder, Mike Bacon, Leslie Green, Jim Bright, and so many others. It's extraordinary to think of the shoulders that I stand on and what you've all provided to me as we go into this year. Also want to thank Lance Eberly, who was the first president of Rotary when I joined. And it's wonderful as the circle comes around again to see you as district governor. So it's great to have you with us. And thank you for being here for this meeting. And also to all of you, you're an extraordinary group of people with a surprisingly wide set of interests. And as I've got to know you, I realize how much there is to appreciate. It feels like a never-ending journey of exploration with all of you. And there's huge diversity in this club already. And I look forward to helping expand the horizons of the Bloomington Rotary Club again this coming year. The person obviously that I need to thank first of all would be Charlotte. Charlotte was my supporter as I came in here. She nominated me for Rotary in the first place. And that's why I had that video ready to go, but I think we're going to jump over it. And I need to move the slides forward so that I don't. And I'm going to jump over this next slide here, give you a little taste that it's a lovely video of Charlotte, but we're going to zip over it. And then we're going to go to the next part. So my history, you all know that I grew up in South Africa. And I should mention that I was first of all steeped in the Catholic Church. I grew up as a pretty devout Catholic, which in many ways framed my sense of community and my sense of purpose in life. And the high school that I went to was called Thomas More, a name that you probably all know. And it was a surprisingly liberal place, actually, in contrast to the heavily indoctrinated government schools of the time. And that sort of set the stage for me. And fast forward to the United States, I've been here for going on 36 years, which is amazing. I can't believe it. I've been living here longer than I've lived anywhere else in the world combined. Became an American citizen a few years ago, as you probably know. And one of my through lines is linked to sort of a spiritual moral journey that I've been on that's taken me to the Unitarian Universalist Church, and then in some sort of curious way to the Rotary Club with its four-way test. There's something interesting about how my journey has taken me to the Rotary Club. And along the way, I've been deeply impacted by the concept of Ubuntu, which some of you may know about. It's from the languages of Matebele, but also Zulu and Xhosa, and various other languages. And it's very much the sort of essential human virtues of compassion and humanity. It's a driving ethic behind reconciliation and restorative justice. And it's got a deep sense of interconnectedness, which I think is going to be very much a theme of Rotary this year, in which I am what I am because of who we all are together. So my Rotary story, I've enjoyed getting involved, getting to know its values and the ways in which it connects to community and so much more. Also providing opportunities that have revealed themselves along the way. And as I've become more involved, I've realized how spectacular Rotary is in the local, national, and international realm. Let me just move this slide on here because I'm forgetting to move my slides on here. I should be a little more coordinated than this here. Here's Ubuntu and the Rotary. Okay, so here we go. Let me put this down here. Okay. Let's see here. In the region, I've enjoyed getting to know people in ways that I didn't expect. People who I really wouldn't have come across in the rest of my life, and yet were it not for Rotary. I've come across some extraordinary people at the district level, as well as the other Rotary clubs here in Bloomington. It's been very interesting for me. You've made it possible for me to go to Houston to the International Convention. I was at PETS as well with Joy Harder and meeting Jennifer Jones. Let me see here, I need to be attentive to my slides. A lot of people that we've met, the Rotary Convention, and you can see Jennifer Jones there with Joy Harder and myself from the PETS. The convention gave me a tangible sense of how truly astonishing Rotary is, an organization through its commitment to service above self, and connections to 1.4 million people around the world, all of whom are innovators, inspiring those around them. I met people from Ghana, Zimbabwe, France, England, Tunisia, South Africa, and elsewhere, and I was amazed by the impact that they're making on the world. They're highly sophisticated people, as you all are, embracing a global society committed to their local communities and making a difference. It's also such a relief to me that Rotary exists, locally, nationally, and globally, when so many other pathways to civic and political life seem to have become toxic and self-defeating. So, moving along here, we have Imagine Rotary as our theme for this year. And do you want to do that? Yeah. Sally's gonna turn it around for us here. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sally. And Jennifer Jones has spoken quite eloquently about her philosophy of comfort and care. And that seems to be one of the things that's really at the core of what she's hoping Rotary will be really lean into this coming year, in which the organization becomes more welcoming, inclusive, enjoyable for every member involved. Extending that sense of warmth and belonging to anyone who wishes to join the club. And it's also central to our ability to maintain the connections with people that we have in the club. And with deep listening, our relationships with others in the communities that we belong to can flourish. The pandemic, as Sally was mentioning, has brought us closer together in unexpected ways. And just today, we're actually experiencing that with the hybrid meeting. It's also given us challenges, which as we struggle to regroup as a society and as a world, we find ourselves splintering in ways that are unexpected. And without going in this too deeply today, and there'll be plenty of opportunities for us to do so through the year, I firmly believe that the Rotary Club has the potential to address and help solve conflict. In decades gone by, Rotary clubs would play a very significant role in guiding leadership, facilitating conversations, and making things happen. And I'd love to see our club do more in that area this coming year. So, our annual plan, Imagine Rotary together, creating a deeper sense of what I'm calling Ubuntu, between ourselves and the partnerships we create around us, will help us lead, build projects, learn to listen deeply, and of course, have fun together. In everything we do, we can expand our horizons into a world that is more inspiring, diverse, inclusive, equitable, and just. Jennifer Jones has spoken often about the design of this year's theme, and I wanted to mention a few things about it to you. Designed by somebody by the name of Ricky Salam, who's been inspired by Aboriginal meetings in Australia. The circle indicates deep listening. The dots represent people and the imprints they leave on the ground after the meeting, as well as the 7+1. There's always a +1 in Rotary, it seems. Rotary areas of focus. And the green line is the digging stick that represents action, hard work, and service. Purple stands for the polio eradication, green for the environment, and white is for peace. Together, they are the colors of the suffragette movement, recognizing Jennifer Jones as our first female Rotary International president. So getting into the more sort of the nitty gritty of what we're doing as an organization, I just want to talk a little bit about how I think that our committees are fabulous, they're extraordinary, and they will pretty much drive how we develop our club this coming year. And if you think about it, the range of committees we have in the organization it will enable us to flourish in their own particular ways. We have community service, international projects, peace building, scholarship, vocational service, youth service, and so much more. There's an opportunity for us to weave together a year that can activate, reimagine, and inspire us all. I'm grateful to the committee chairs and the project leads who've already stepped forward, who have identified goals that are in the process of planning out already for this year. There's much excitement in the air, and you'll be hearing more about it as we go along. Let me check the time here. 46, good, we're great. Membership growth is another critical area that I want to be sure that we lean into. And I'm very happy for the 12 members that we've gained this last year. And I'm wondering, wouldn't it be great to expand the number to as many as 20 this next year? It really doesn't seem much if we all get involved. And it will take a commitment from all of us to make this happen. So in the meantime, we plan to share a list of prospective members with you, and we'd be most appreciative if you could send us suggestions. Something to think about today and immediately as we go into the year. Youth is also very much a part of our future. And we are going to be introducing next week a project called Fountain of Youth, a project that will substantially increase our ability as a club to support scholarships for talented high school students in the area. And we'll be focusing on this next week. It's going to be very exciting to talk about it. Talking about youth, we have RILA again this year in person with the leadership of Lauren Snyder and Joy Harder. We look forward to having fun in Bradford Woods in the fall this year. So that's going to be fun. And then we also have a very promising Rotaract Club that's re-emerging on the IU Bloomington campus with the leadership of somebody by the name of John Miller, who we will be introducing you to. And then for the 6th year, with Jim Bright's leadership, the Global Scholarship Program, the District Global Scholarship Program, being funded by the district and by the Rotary Foundation's World Fund. So applications are being accepted through December 19th, and we'll have more information about that. So there's a lot of youth that we're going to be bringing into our midst. Our first community service project of the year is Teachers Warehouse. I'll mention a little bit more about that in a second. And is it fun? There are a number of public events to look forward to this year as we continue to make our way out of the pandemic. And a few dates to just put in the back of your minds right now. We'll be sending you information about this on email as well. You'll be hearing from me on email quite a lot. First of all, we're going to gather at Mike Baker's place in October 4th, instead of our meeting. And then November 4th, we have the toast to celebrate Gladys Devane. And then December 8th, we're going to have our holiday gathering in combination with the other 2 Rotary clubs here in Bloomington. So there's a lot of festivities to look forward to. So in my closing remarks, I'm reminded of the wisdom from those who have gone before me, from Nelson Mandela especially. He says the concept of Ubuntu rings in his mind, and he says if we are to accomplish anything in the world, it will in equal measure be due to the work and achievement of others. So those are my remarks for now. I'm going to transition when we can close the meeting with a few other things, but that's what I wanted to share with you today. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks, Jim, for standing up. I appreciate that. Very much. Yeah. So, okay, we have the drawing from the hat of the first quarter contributions. Who would like to, Gabrielle, you can come up here and help us with this. Let me find my hat. I'm going to put this. All right. Well, we can use, I want to use the basket. Okay. So okay, Gabrielle, so what I'd like you to do is to mix these up and then choose one of them and tell us which one it is.
New Hope for Families.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gabrielle. First quarter lunch buddies, there's information on your tables about the first quarter, so please go ahead and have lunch, go out to a movie, have dinner, have a party, have some fun with the people associated, with the person associated with your name. Let's see here. The first community service project of the year is Teachers Warehouse Supply Drive, taking place on July 30th from 10 to 4. Volunteers will work 2-hour shifts at the doors of Staples, Office Depot, and the Kroger stores. They'll be given shoppers they'll be giving shoppers lists of supplies in demand at the warehouse, thanking customers who drop something in the basket as they leave the stores. Volunteers are so critical to this project, so please sign up for your 2-hour shift. Natalie will put the link in this week's roundabout, and you'll have a great time with fellow Rotarians and continue tradition of helping Teachers Warehouse. Judy Witt started the program, and we're so grateful and thankful for her in the ways that she inspired us to develop that project and then handed it over to an independent not-for-profit organization. Very impressive. Congratulations to past President Leslie Green. To honor her retirement after 42 years at Stonebelt, recently she was their CEO, the organization named one of their rooms the Green Space. And at the celebration with her was Glenda Murray, Sally Gaskell, Jim Bright, Sarah Laughlin, Steve Mobley, Charlotte Zietlow, Efrat Pfefferman, Michael Shermis, and of course, Bitter DeVries. What an amazing Rotary showing that was. Incredible. It's official. District 6580 has announced that Kelsey Lechner has been selected as the 22-23 Global Grant Scholar. Thank you, Jim, for helping shepherd that through. She's from Columbus, and she'll use her $40,000 award to pursue a master's degree in education, international development, and social justice at the St. Mary University in London. Amazing. And then Charlotte Zietlow continues to impact our community in her amazing ways. This week she was out sailing. Well, not exactly. But Lake Monroe Sailing Association benefited from her presence and raised over $12,800 at their annual fundraiser. And Charlotte, we have a card for you, which I think I dropped here. It's a get well card for Charlotte. Let's see here. I think that's it. I look forward to sharing this year with you all as we imagine Rotary together. So with that said, let us rise and share the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, would it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be better to all? And fifth, is it fun? Thank you very much, everybody. Woo-hoo! I made it. You went in here?
I'd love a photo with everybody wearing a baseball cap. Charlie.
Everyone with a baseball cap, we're taking a picture.
Oh, my hair.